Hey, what's up? My name is Crystal. Welcome. What do you got there?
I've got...
What are you doing with the poultry netting?
making it so our chickens stop ripping their feathers out by putting them in between the fence.
Oh yeah. We're still perfecting our chicken coop. We have non-climbing horse fence all around the chicken run, and that is big enough for them to stick their heads out, and when they do so, they're ripping all of their neck feathers out. So Steve's gonna go around the base of it with some poultry netting just to keep them from sticking their heads out. And we are right now in the process of figuring out how we can let them somewhat free range on our property safely. And then our goats have been really busy clearing out different areas of our property. We needed an area cleaned out so Steve can stack our firewood for winter, because here in Connecticut the Farmer's Almanac is predicting that we're gonna have kind of a rough winter. So we're just trying to make sure that we have enough firewood and everything in place, but Steve needs room to stack it. So we had the goats out over in the area where he wants to stack it, and they cleared it down pretty good, and now we have them in a different spot and they're doing good over there too. I haven't been out in the garden in a few days. We've been busy with homeschooling and canning. I froze tomatoes yesterday because I just could not get to them in time to can them up. So the garden has kind of fallen behind a little bit. I'm gonna go out and see how Steve is doing. I have a bunch of snacks here for the chickens, pieces of 30-pound watermelon. We have a few crimson sweet watermelons growing, and one of them we harvested and it weighed almost 30 pounds. So we cut into that, and I have so much of it still left, and we're eating through it every single day. But then I have a bunch of sugar baby watermelons too, and it's so wonderful. I love being able to grow that stuff. But I have a bunch of like old cut up tomatoes and things that I'm gonna throw to the chickens because they like that stuff. What do you think, Rocky? You a good boy? Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I got cut the entire top of it off.
Do we have enough?
We have 4 foot. I grabbed this because I figured the 4 foot being hidden everywhere else would be alright. They are terrified of me.
Here is our kiwi vines. Sadly, all the kiwi berries that were growing were abducted by birds. We didn't get any this year, but that's okay. It's just a mess, all the weeds. Here's another sugar baby watermelon I think I might be harvesting today. Our strawberries are kind of a disaster, overgrown. I need to thin them back. They have climbed over my rock garden here, so I'm debating if I want to wait for them to die back before I thin them out or do it sooner than that. We'll see. Got some tomatoes climbing down here. My sunflowers kind of struggled this year with lack of rain. Oh, there's a pumpkin in there. I wonder which plant that's from. And I see another pumpkin in there too. See how those do. But I really need to get some soil fill in here. I think that might help with water retention. And then our green bean trellis is out of control. It's really become the loofah trellis. They're just enormous. There's 3 of them out here. 1 or 2 right there, another one there, another one there. I don't know how many we're gonna end up with though. This is tomatoes and eggplant, more tomatoes. No trellising, just letting them grow where they grow. One of the pumpkin plants keeps climbing the deer fence. That's not gonna work out well. I have to get that to come down. Okay, I just helped Steve a little bit put the poultry netting up, and we realized we need to go to Tractor Supply and get some things. And here's how my garden's looking. I gotta cut out a bunch of this dead stuff and get it out of the way. Got tomatoes under here. All of these plants fell. I can't even get through there anymore. And I have the plastic that goes over this bed, so I'm going to be putting that up probably in the next week or so. It's still saying we're in the mid 40s, so it should be okay, but I want to fill this bed up with some new soil. We have bags of raised bed soil, so I'm going to fill it and then put the plastic over the top. I have green beans, I think, growing in here, and then rip out some of the dead stuff. I have a really nice celery plant that needs to come, I'm going to pull out. Lots of stuff to do in the garden. The peppers are crazy. They're doing really good. We're thinking about covering them with plastic, but I don't know, as long as it stays above freezing, they should be fine. Green machine zucchini plant in here, and it looks like there's another zucchini. Yep, in there. We also have the winter squash. We've got butternut squash and honeynut squash in there. It's just a mess in here. First thing I want to do in here is harvest things, but I think we're gonna run to Tractor Supply first, so Steve has what he needs to do his project. All right, we're back, and we were gone like 3 hours. We ended up going to more places than just Tractor Supply. But anyway, it is now almost dinner time. I'm just gonna go in here and harvest a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna probably get to cleaning out as much in the garden as I had thought. Steve is working on the chicken coop. We ended up getting 50 foot of 3-foot poultry netting and chicken wire to go around the base of the chicken coop. So I'll show you that when he's done. Fairly certain there's something living in the sweet potatoes. So for winter squash, I like it when the stem is pretty dried up, and you know, you can do the finger test on the outside, but I mostly look for the color of whatever the winter squash is on the outside completely with no green. So this is a honeynut squash, and I like that's completely orange on the outside and the stem is fully dried out. So that is when I try and harvest them. The butternut squash looks okay. I might give it some more time because it looks a little green and the stem is still green. So I think I'm gonna try and let it dry on the vine as long as I can before I harvest it. Web. Oh, it was a big spider too. Gross. This is a Rosita eggplant, and I don't know if I like it better than the Black Beauty. I cooked one up the other day, and they were really, really good. We were able to get some more. I'm gonna let this one go a little bit longer though. There's more zucchini in here. I'm gonna get rid of some of these dead plants. So I have a golden zucchini and summer squash. It's pretty much done. So I think I'm gonna cut them up and get them out of here.
What's up, Rocky? Yeah!
Crap! Come on! Ugh. Alright, so the first thing I want to show is this cucumber that's growing outside. These are New York 264 cucumbers from Fruition seeds. And then I have 2 of them that have fully gone to seed behind the fence there. So I'm just letting those ripen a little bit more before we harvest them, and then hopefully I'll be able to save the seeds and grow more of these next year. The other thing is that there's 2 watermelons growing in here. There's a August Ambrosia watermelon in there, and then there's another Sugar Baby watermelon behind it. And then this one over here is ready to harvest, so we're gonna pick that today. The closest tendril isn't dried up yet, Steve. It's got a hollow sound to it, but the closest tendril is super green. I think I'm gonna let this be for a little bit longer before we harvest it. Hey chickens. Well, all we're doing is adding some chicken wire here to the outside all the way around the bottom. We already have the super strong non-climbing horse fence all the way around it, but the problem with it is along the base, it's good for predators. They can't, it's very difficult to break this apart. The chickens can stick their heads out to peck at the ground on the outside of the run, and we don't want that because what's happening is that their poor little neck feathers are getting ripped out. Here's a good example on her. The chicken wire to the outside, it is super flimsy. I don't recommend using it for the only fencing, but will be good for something like this. And with a super cold winter predicted, we want them to have all their feathers if they can. Those are the Brahmas. They're doing so good. We had ordered dark Brahmas. Someone recently commented that they liked the buff Brahmas, and when I googled buff Brahma, I was like, oh, I think that's what we were given. Dark Brahmas, I believe they're more gray and black. But that's okay. We really like them. I'm gonna throw them some mealworms.
I already did.
Oh.
That's where all the shells are from. See all the white?
Yeah.
That they don't use.
We love our chickens.
Now I just need to pick up my mess and
You did a good job. We can go around and pretty it up later. Cut all the zip ties and things. Oh yeah, that's a good example right there of the neck feathers ripped out from the horse fence. Rocky approves. He's kept a close eye on the operation all day. Says you did a good job. But we smell.
yeah,
He said we should shower.
that's why he's staying so far away.
Yeah.
2.
2 eggs?
2. A weird one.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh.
3.
Yeah, I think these are the Brahmas.
You think so?
I think so. Because nobody else laid in this one. Now I've started noticing it's the same one with speckles every time.
I should move the camera in there so we can see who's laying. Do you have your shoes on? What shoes are you wearing?
Flip-flops?
And socks?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, scuse. Alrighty, so that's what today's harvest looks like. I should note it's the end of September, I think. I don't know what today's date is. The 24th? I don't know what today's date is. I'll put it in the bottom of the screen right now. But here we got a couple cucumbers, a Honeynut squash, and a zucchini, which is so crazy that I'm getting cucumbers and zucchini still at the end of September, but we'll take it. And we got mixed hot peppers here, mostly jalapenos. A bunch of poblanos, which I love. I had so many last week. These are the lilac bell peppers. I got a purple beauty bell pepper, regular bell peppers. There's the Roma tomatoes and San Marzano, I think. And then I've got pink Oxheart. And then this is what is this? A giant crimson tomato. And we got 3 chicken eggs. And then here we have a bunch of different cherry tomatoes, mostly Rosella. I have pink bumblebee and sunrise bumblebee. I think there might be 1 or 2 black cherry in there, I'm not sure. And then there's the honey drop also at the bottom here. Pretty good. I've also got a crimson sweet watermelon right here growing. There's another one in there too, I believe. You got it?
No.
Do you want help? Do you want me to take one?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you saw anything?
No, I didn't see anything.
Well, you have to say to the guys I was surfing. So say yes.
Oh yes, I did see something.
Where'd they go?
They're over by the trampoline.
Not on my watch.
Oh my god. Okay, so many things to do. We're going camping soon. Start getting ready for that. And I have a lot of canning to do and a lot of things to get ready for the new baby. I have been washing clothes. I picked up a couple new outfits today when we were at the store. Last weekend we were busy redoing the kids' bedroom. We got them all new furniture, bunk beds, and all sorts of fun stuff for them. So we were working on that last week. I gotta go in and make dinner. I'm really glad Steve got that stuff up on the coop because it's been bothering me. But the next thing is we need to figure out how we're gonna let them free range kind of, because we do have a lot of predator birds here on the property and I don't wanna just let them out because they will get taken. We have some stuff that I think I could figure it out. We were gonna make a chicken tractor where we move them around using that, but I don't know if that'll fit what we need. I don't know yet. We might still do that. I'm not really sure. But I think that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We super appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.